Welcome back, dear children. Myself Sir Sunil, your physics teacher. Good morning to one and all. How are you, students? Fine. I hope you all are fine and also you all are safe. Okay, we are discussing our third unit, energy. From this chapter, today we are going to discuss conversion of potential energy to kinetic energy. All of you, please take out your book and ready to watch this video carefully. So students, here is our topic, conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy. Means PE into KE. What is PE? We know that potential energy. What is KE? That is kinetic energy. What is another short form of potential energy? As we have already discussed, that is U. KE, what is the short form of kinetic energy? KE, we know that. Another name, another short form, that is K. So we can say that now the conversion of U to K we are going to discuss today. Okay, students. Now here is the potential energy changes into kinetic energy when it is put to use. The following examples will make it clear. First example is here, that is a hammer at a height. This example we have already discussed for kinetic energy and potential energy in last two classes. Here we can see a hammer at a height has potential energy. Okay, we have discussed. Due to what? Due to its lifted or raised position. Due to its lifted or raised position, a hammer got a potential energy. When the hammer is dropped from that position, it begins to fall. It begins to fall. The falling hammer has which type of energy? The falling hammer has kinetic energy. Thus, the potential energy stored in hammer in its raised position now changes into kinetic energy. Means PE to KE. PE to KE. Okay, students. This kinetic energy does work on the nail. The changed potential energy to kinetic energy. The changed potential energy, that means it already changed potential energy to kinetic energy. This kinetic energy does work on the nail as the hammer strikes the nail, and it causes what will happen to nail? The nail starts to move into the wood. Okay. Now similarly, in figure 3.10, the potential energy possessed by the stone at a height changes into its kinetic energy when it falls. The kinetic energy of the falling stone does work in raising the weight upwards. Clear? Last class we have discussed the figure 3.10 also. Students, please observe figure 3.10 in your book. Okay, students. Now second example is a wound up watch spring. A wound up watch spring, figure 3.14, you please observe. Clear? A wound up watch spring has potential energy because of its wound up state. As the spring unwinds itself, what will happen? The potential energy changes, the potential energy starts to change into kinetic energy. This kinetic energy does work in moving the arms of the watch. This kinetic energy does work in the moving the arms of the watch. Now next example is a stretched bow. A stretched bow has potential energy because of its stretched position. In figure 3.15, we can observe this thing. You just observe figure 3.15315. In a stretched position, in its stretched position, the stretched bow and arrow got the potential energy. Potential energy. When it released here, this potential energy changes to kinetic energy. This potential energy changes to kinetic energy. Okay, when this kinetic energy does work on the arrow and makes the arrow to move. Okay, students. Now another example, a compressed spring. In figure 3.6, okay, you please in figure 3.16, you please observe. Okay, a compressed spring, first diagram, it has potential energy in it due to its compressed state. Due to its compressed state, here a spring got the potential energy. Okay, a spring got potential energy here. Okay, students, here in the first situation, potential energy, because spring is already in the compressed state. When it is released, what will happen? The spring starts to move. Means potential energy changes to kinetic energy. Potential energy changes to kinetic energy. Okay, students. The above example shows that potential energy converts into kinetic energy when it is put to use. Okay, students. Now our topic is conversion of one form of energy into another form, or transformation of energy. Now it's a time to wind up the class. Okay, students, you please go through the chapter and go through the topic. At least 5 times you have to read, then only it will be clear. Okay, students, today we have discussed the conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy. If you have any doubt in this topic, you can ask to me. When the class starts, I will be here with you. Okay, students. Now, tomorrow will come by the topic transformation of energy. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.